Welcome back, one and all. Give me just a second. Scuff. I gotta clean that real quick. No! Go back in. There we go. Welcome back, one and all, to another Zatsudan. I am the expert of experts, the master of disaster, the one and only voice here, Sonoma Scrolla. Give me just a second, as per usual. I need to do this. So last time, we talked about a whole bunch of, super bosses. I don't have my chat. Where's my chat? Chat, please, come to me. Who had linked a royalty-free music? Anyone? Royalty-free music. Do we have any good royalty-free music? I may have to look into that at some point. Anyways, hello, welcome, we are here. Eventually, I will get some music. I am, you know what? We are gonna have some music. We are gonna use music from here. Let me see how this sounds first. Give me a second. Okay, we'll go with that. So, let's have some of this music, huh? We'll use music from a previous game I did. So, I don't know if it's gonna get copyright claimed, but if it does, well, you know. So, anyways, we'll just play this music. If it's too quiet, you know what? I don't want that one. That's not the one I wanted. Stop! That's the wrong one. Where is it? You know what? We'll play some of that. Yeah, we'll play some of that. Anyways, hello, welcome. Hopefully we are all doing good. Eventually I'll get, royalty-free music. We're just gonna use this, music for now. So, yeah, anyway. 5 minutes and we haven't even begun. So, last time we talked about super bosses. Give me a second. Okay, that's good. So last time we talked about super bosses, and it was mostly Final Fantasy, right? Why don't we talk about some other super bosses in the series, eh? So, we talked about Final Fantasy, mostly JRPG bosses, right? Why don't we go to, say, some other RPG bosses, or super bosses? For example, I talked about this very briefly. There are going to be spoilers, by the way. Chrono Trigger. I said we don't talk about Chrono Trigger. This would be your super boss of Chrono Trigger. I spoke about how there were good super bosses like Emerald Weapon and, technically Omega Weapon in Final Fantasy VIII is a good super boss. This guy here, the Dream Devourer, not very well done. It's not hard to fight. It's really not. But everything, I forget if you have to fight other super bosses to fight this guy. Like, the optional content for the DS version wasn't very good anyways, you know? And this guy was just, he was soothing. Just connect Chrono Trigger with Chrono Cross. That's really it. That's the only reason he even exists in Chrono Trigger. And he's not even that interesting. He's just like Super Lagos. Nothing interesting there. If you want to talk about another super boss, how about we go to a different RPG? Say, Casino Blade series. So, Xenoblade, let's talk about Xenoblade 1. Because I did 100% that game, as far as I'm aware. Most of the super bosses are after you beat the game, and they are level 100 to level 130, starting with Final Marcus. Final Marcus himself isn't that hard. He still hurts if you're not leveled up, but he's doable. You don't have to cheese him, really. Everyone after Final Marcus, you have to cheese. If you don't do the awful trick with with all other super bosses, I don't know how you're supposed to win. And in addition, you need very specific things in order to even do anything. Like you need like Night Vision 6 or something so your hacks don't miss. And I think you need 2 of those per character. And this guy right here, Accuracy's Abyssal? Is it Abyssal Accuracy? I forget his name. He's in the same area as Final Marcus, so if you're trying to clear Final Marcus out and it snows, this guy's gonna show up while you're fighting Final Marcus, and I had that happen. I don't know if people remember that. Does anyone remember when I had this guy spawn on me? It was not fun. It sucked. And the worst part about this guy is he has instant death spikes. What that means is, what is a super boss? A super boss is an optional boss who is extremely powerful, more so powerful than the final boss. It's supposed to be the hardest boss in the game. Usually when you fight a super boss, they usually don't give you anything, because you've already beaten the game. Usually they're at the very end of the game, or, in the case of this guy and the other guys in Xenoblade, you have to beat the game first in order to even fight them. So it's like, you know, for example, actually Final Fantasy does not do that. All of Final Fantasy's super bosses you can fight at the end of the game, and they're always at the end of the game. Excluding Gilgamesh in Type 0, where you need to beat the game and can do more playthroughs to fight the 8-armed version of Gilgamesh. But this guy, instant death spikes. What that means is, if you attack him and you do not have outright immunity to instant death, your character dies. So, he can instantly kill you for attacking him. He can outright set your HP to 1. I think. I don't remember, it's been a long time since I fought this guy. Basically, if he attacks you, you're probably gonna die. So you have to hop-lock him the entire time. Avalanche Abasi, that's his name. Let's look at some other super bosses here. Final Marcus. Yeah, Final Marcus, sorry. Ancient Gigala. I remember this guy being a pain in the butt. He basically one-shot you. All these guys will basically one-shot you if they get to do anything. There is the, time hack. Which, I don't remember if I did all of time hack. I might have. I did not do Xenoblade Chronicles X. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 has the same set of guys. With this guy right here being one of the hardest bosses, because of his arena. You can fall off the arena and just outright die. And because the AI is dumb, the AI will usually walk right off the edge and die. Now the hardest one in the base game is this guy right here. This stupid guy. Because he's basically gonna one-hit kill you. He hits you, you're gonna die. And you don't have Hopple in this game. Well, you do, but you can't Hopple lock. And in the Switch version of the game, you also have a few other guys. Where is it? Oh yeah, that guy, the stupid Klausy Ken, which has like poison gimmick to it. I think there's Opus in Horna, and Xenoblade 3 has a bunch of super bosses. This was the first one I fought out of all of them, was this guy. I just went in there because I'm like, this guy, I'm gonna fight him at level 70. I'm surely gonna win, right? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And then 45 minutes later, after fighting this guy, I kill him on my first try. Yeah, I went, the music, by the way, is all the music from the game that I'm working on. I didn't look for any royalty-free music. So, all the music you're hearing was done by Cool Capcom. Here is the true super boss of the game, which is this guy, who is honestly not that hard. I fought this guy in one first try. This guy is supposed to be the hardest. I killed him first try. He was honestly easier than some of the other guys. So the super bosses in Xenoblade games are weird in that some of them are like stupidly difficult for no reason. Like the Lithia Lord, I shouldn't have won. I think was it this guy that killed me? No, but he was a very hard boss. Anyway, Xenoblade bosses, they're a thing. They got better after the first game, because you didn't have to worry about spikes. They removed the spikes mechanic. Thank goodness, because spikes is dumb. So, that is Xenoblade. Also, getting these guys is a pain in the butt. Because oftentimes you have to go through like a level 80 or 90 dungeon to get them. Now, we talked about Chrono Trigger, we talked about Xenoblade, we talked about Final Fantasy a lot. How about we talk about Dragon Quest XI? So, Dragon Quest XI has two super bosses. It has Kalasmos, and it has this guy. Now, Kalasmos, I think, is a fine super boss. He's hard. He is a difficult fight, but he's doable. This guy, right here, this stupid freaking time worm, is absolutely terrible. Because he will just get multiple turns. I think he gets like 2 or 3 actions per turn. And he will just nuke you. You will die. He is not a fun super boss to fight. In fact, he's one of the few super bosses that actually made me rage a lot. I'm sure that people who were around the stream back then, remembers. When did I do that stream? Let me look. Let me see when I did that stream. Hitman? Oh yeah, that was supposed to be the game, wasn't it? Let me see. Time Worm. Dragon Quest 11. I did it in February of 2021. Is when I did it. That is when I did that. So yeah, this guy, I think the only reason I beat him was I got lucky. I was at max level. Keep in mind, I was at max level when I fought this guy. Give me a second. Readjust the window a little bit. Come on. There we go. It's cutting off some of the window, but that's okay. But yeah, it's just... I think the only... I went through pure cheese. I remember stocking up on full MP HP items and having my mages do, Twin Magic Burst. I think it was Twin Magic Burst. Because I think he heals, too. And I think he heals a lot of HP. Here's the boss. Now, how about... We've been talking about, RPG super bosses. I talked a little about the Hales super bosses. I don't remember all of them. I just remember, like, the Dragon in Cesteria, Jake and Punch Mage in, Cesteria, Edna Eisen in Arise, the Spiral Draco in Vesperia. I talked about all of that last time. Some of those are really good. Others are just awful. However, what if we move away from RPGs? Because when you think a super boss, you usually think of RPGs, right? What if we go to, say, side-scrollers or adventures, say like Castlevania, Symphony of the Night. Galamoth here is your super boss of that game. You can run into him, just run into him at any point, whenever you get that part of the game, if you know how to get to him. Without the right item to fight him, he's very difficult. Actually, I'm not even sure how you fight him without the lightning absorb. Like, he just does so much damage, and he takes up so much screen estate. He's just like, I'm giant! I'm gonna shoot lightning at you! It's gonna track you! Galamoth is one of those that you want to seize. So hard. Like, so hard. I'm sure you can fight him without seizing him. Because, you know, that's something that people do. People like to do things without seize. Galamoth is one of those that I don't know how you do without seizing. It's like trying to not seize, Xenoblade 1 super bosses. And then we have, say, Phantoon in Other M, who is the super boss of that game, technically. You have to beat the game, and then you get the chance to fight Phantoon. I don't remember how this fight went. I don't remember this fight being very difficult. But it's a super boss in a, non-RPG. If I recall, Phantoon wasn't really difficult. I think Phantoon was pretty easy, but again, it's been a while since I've done Other M. Now, we talked about, like, Castlevania and, Metroid. How about another RPG, but but it's an action RPG, and we call that Dragon Quest Heroes. So, Dragon Quest Heroes 1. Soma was your final super boss in that game. Soma was a DLC, mind you. I think the actual super boss of the base game is Nocturnus. For those of you who don't know, I spent 5 hours straight fighting Nocturnus. At level 50! Because I knew I could beat him at level 50. People said, hey, go level up, come back later. I'm like, nah bro. I'm gonna fight him at level 50. I'm gonna fight him like 50 levels lower than I should. I did it. 5 hours later. And lots of frustration. Because Nocturnus and his hitboxes are so bad. And I did it with probably one of the worst characters you could have done it with. Because Nera is not fast at all. And Nera doesn't do very good damage against bosses, I feel. Meanwhile, Soma, if you didn't have freeze immunity, have fun. Don't get hit. Because if you get hit, your game froze. And guess what? You're probably gonna die. So, that's Dragon Quest Heroes 1. Dragon Quest Heroes 2 has the Dragon Lord, who's a lot easier to fight than Soma. I don't remember who. Oh wait, Estark. Estark was the other super boss in 2. And if I recall, Estark was pretty bad to fight. If you didn't deal with his gimmick of having him put himself asleep, he would get really strong at the point that he would just one-shot you if he even remotely touched you. And he has a really big hit radius. Now, I get all these, again, under level. Because get a level 99 in that game is a nightmare. Let me turn up the music. There we go. Have some better music. So yeah, that is Nocturnus. That's Dragon Quest Heroes. Now, let me ask you guys. With the RPGs. Well, you know, before we move on, you know what game we haven't talked about? About with super bosses? How about we talk about Kingdom Hearts? Kingdom Hearts super bosses. So, Kingdom Hearts 1 has 3 super bosses, technically. You have the Rock Titan, who is a complete joke. The Ice Titan, who is a little rough. Even more so if you're using like Erica, which makes the fight you can't win the fight with Erica. And Sephiroth, who is legit a tough fight. Sephiroth is actually a good fight in that game, I think. Although he can be a little bit unfair with the range he has. Because he attacks really quickly, he has really long range. Sometimes it's very hard to him. But I think he's a good fight. I think he's an actually good fight. Now, you don't want to go fighting him without once more and a second chance, because if he does do Heartless Angel, I think you die. I think you just outright die. I could be wrong though. Kingdom Hearts 2. Base Kingdom Hearts 2 only had Sephiroth. And he was mean. I remember that Sephiroth being really mean. Now, I remember back in the day, me and buddies would do challenge fights with Sephiroth, where we would do like no items or no abilities or Kingdom Key only or Honey Key Blade only or things like that. And we used to be able to beat Sephiroth that way. So we did get good at the fight eventually. Do let me know if the music's too loud, by the way. I'm gonna turn the music down a little bit more. There we go. In Kingdom Hearts 2 Remix and or Final Mix, we got the Organization 13 Gala fights, which some of them were fine, and then some of them were crap. Like, some of this was... Is the music a little too loud? Okay. I'm still trying to adjust audio on the computer, because I use loudness equalization in the sound settings, because my hearing is kinda a thing. So that kinda affects my, it kinda affects my, OBS a little. Which is unfortunate, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do if you want to hear, right? So I do need people to tell me if stuff is too loud or whatnot. Back to Kingdom Hearts. So some of this is awful because you have to fight phase 1 and the final phase. And if you lose in the final phase, you have to redo both fights all over again. And it's such a tedious. It's tedious. It's so tedious. And the last fight can be so terrible. Because if your partner dies, you lose. If you're at low HP and he does the thing, people who's played the game knows what I mean by the thing, you lose. It's so bad. And then you have something like Axel where don't bother doing the command thing until you're ready to kill them, because you're just gonna be at 1 HP the entire fight. Zatsudan is kind of bad. Sayax is awful. Solgan is okay. Gambits is kind of bad. Okay, never mind. Most of the Organization 13 Gala fights are bad. Most of them are terrible. I take back what I said. I'm not peeking, am I? Am I peeking? Let me try this. How's that? Is that better? How's this sound compared to, before? I just put a, compressor on the, OBS. How's that sound? You don't think so what? OBS, how's that sound? I had to listen to myself. If I don't need the compressor, I can just take it off. It sounds good. Does it sound better than before? Should I keep the compressor on? Or should I take the compressor off? I want to make sure about the compressor before I move on. Hey, it's the Lammy song. Lammy! Um, and in addition to the gather fights, you can't really tell, it's about the same. But let me take it off real quick. We'll delete that. And then I'll go as normal. It's probably because it's not going too high on my mic. It's going a little bit higher. And the loudness equalization is probably equalizing it. Man, I really wish I could understand Japanese. I'd like to see some of Lammy's streams. Anyways. Other than gather fights, you also have Lingering Will, who is both good and bad. He's good in that he has your reactions and how well you can read what the AI does. He's bad for some of the things he does, like he can just completely mess up your commands to the point where, well, I guess I can't do anything anymore. That's about the only bad part about him, is he can just seal your commands and you're just screwed. He hits hard, but you shouldn't really be getting hit by him. I got a gnat that won't leave me alone. Go away! Stupid gnat! I hate gnats. Oh hey, it's the Ina's song, I think. I don't know if this is Ina's song or not. It's a music for her. Anyways, so that's Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts 2. Dream Drop Distance has one super boss. If anyone remembers me playing Dream Drop, they will remember how angry that guy made me. Without using Balloon Guy, he was awful. I absolutely hated fighting the guy. With Balloon Guy, he was hilariously easy. Like, stupidly easy, in fact. Give me a second if you will. Let me do this. Go ahead, close some of these tabs I don't need. So, we'll be in the dark for a little bit. In Birth by Sleep has probably one of the worst super bosses in the game, which is a mysterious figure. Who is Cece? I'm sure anyone that's played Birth by Sleep and have fought mysterious figure, you know what? We're gonna be out void real quick. Anyone that's fought the mysterious figure will know exactly how bad he is a fight. He is awful. He will seize you. He will cheat. He will instantly kill you. He will do so much BS. He's not fun to fight. And if you're using Hera, haha, 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 have fun. Have fun fighting him as Hera. It's not, it's doable, but it's awful. In, what was it? 0.2? 0.8? Was it the Aqua game? Oh no, Birth by Sleep had a final mix. Which added, it added a fight against Hera Nord. And then later on it had another thing. I don't remember it. I don't remember Iron 1 being too difficult though. And then we get the Kingdom Hearts 3. Which has, you know, the Darkness 13 fights. And the Darkness 13 fights are Some of them are fine, but some of them are just downright bad. Like Sayats is awful. He's probably one of the worst ones. Xehanort's kind of awful because of the gimmick he could do. Who else was there? Riku could be bad. Like, the main thing about them is they're usually really, really bad until you figure out their gimmick. And some of them took me like 15 minutes. Like, Young Xehanort took me only like 15 minutes. And then I fought Sayats and it took like 4 hours. So, I mean, you tell me. You tell me what's wrong with the picture there. Spooky fauna music. Okay, so that's RPGs. That's platformers. That's Castlevania stuff. That's Metroid, Xenoblade, Final Fantasy. What about this genre right here? You ready for a jump scare? Here's your jump scare. How about this guy? He would count as a super boss. Fighting games do have super bosses. Senakuma is a very notorious one. Fighting game super bosses almost always fall in the category of you're gonna get Zatsudan. You are going to get Zatsudan. Super bosses in fighting games do not play fair. Ever. A exception would be, say, like Senakuma here in Street Fighter Alpha 3. You can actually tell what he's gonna do, and you can fight him that way. Senakuma in Capcom vs. SNK 2. You can kinda tell what he's gonna do, but he's gonna cheat you. He is gonna cheat you. Akuma in Street Fighter 2 and Street Fighter Alpha 1. He's gonna cheat. He's gonna cheat hard. He's gonna read your inputs. You're gonna die. You're gonna get very upset. I don't remember how Senakuma was in Capcom Fighting Evolution. If I recall, he was pretty awful a fight there. And then you have God Rugal in Capcom Fighting, or Capcom vs. SNK 2. God Rugal is awful. He will cheat so hard. He cheats even worse than Senakuma. And he does, like, stupid damage. If he does his super on you, you die at full health. It's bad. And this is just Street Fighter. I have beaten all the super bosses, except in Street Fighter 4. Getting to Oni in Street Fighter 4 is a nightmare. Actually, I don't think I've actually beat Akuma in Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Because getting to him is a nightmare. Getting to the super bosses is dumb. Like, there's so many stipulations you have to do in order to fight the super bosses. To fight Akuma in Street Fighter 2, you have to not lose a single round, get, I think, 7 perfects, and I think you have to finish at least 1 round with, a super. I think. which is a nightmare. It is so hard, especially with the way the AI cheats in Super Turbo. It's a lot easier to do in the HD remix or Ultra Street Fighter 2. It's stupidly easy to get into Akuma. I don't know how you get to Sin Akuma in those games. He does exist. But, like, you heard all of that, right? If you want to fight Oni in Street Fighter 4, you have to do so many things. And if you mess up even one of those things, you fight one of the other bosses like Evil Ryu or Goken. I have never fought Oni. I will probably never fight Oni. Because getting Oni is awful. I watched Maximilian fight the guy. I watched him try to get the guy. It's bad. It's really bad. Now, if you excuse me, I will be right back. I need to go check the dog, so give me just a few minutes, please. Enjoy the game music here. I really do love this boss theme, by the way. This is the boss theme for the game. Also, it looked like I broke my neck. Yikes. Cole did such a good job with the music. Pencil and bread! Yes, pencil and bread! I think you can tell what the song is, right? This music, though, is original. If I recall. Anyways, back to... I'm distracting myself with my own game music. But it is good music. I really hope I can get my game out before the end of the year. It'd be interesting to see the talents play it if they ever do, but, you know. That's just a dream, that's just a hope of mine. We'll see what happens. Anyways, Super Bosses. So we talked about Street Fighter. Penlight. Yeah, I kind of figured. I kind of figured. Does King of Fighters have Super Bosses? I don't think King of Fighters have Super Bosses. If they do, they're very hidden. But, hey, Hate, if you're around, let's talk about this Super Boss. Maybe you guys know of him. His name is Order Soul. He is from Guilty Gear Accent Core. In order to fight this guy, I think you cannot lose a single round. I think you have to go on the good routes all the time. I don't remember how you fight. I actually don't remember how you get Order Soul. But, here's the kicker about him. You get one shot. As in, if you lose, you, if you lose, you have to redo the entire arcade mode and do the entire thing all over again in order to get a refight him. And he is dumb. He is stupidly hard to beat. Do you get anything for beating him? I don't think you do. Actually, I think you unlock him if you beat him, but like, I don't remember. That might have been base accent core. There are other super bosses in Guilty Gear. In the original Guilty Gear, Bacon was the super boss. And get Bacon, you can't lose ever. That's the only stipulation. Now you would think, oh, that's not hard. Except it is. Because the AI cheats. Because instant kill can be used indefinitely in that game. And the AI will use it all the time and one-shot you. And in some cases, like Justice, the final boss, you have to play as Soul or Kai for Bacon? Really? You have to play as them? Wow, I didn't know you had to be Soul or Kai. I got lucky then, but I just used, Soul. But yeah, Bacon herself wasn't really a hard to fight, but, you have to worry about instant kill all the time. And I think, no, with Bacon you could continue. Unlike Orc or Soul here, in Guilty Gear Strive, your super boss is, Nago, I'm just gonna call him Nago. I've never fought him. I don't really care to. I heard super boss Nago is like stupid. Like he's in constant blood mode, 24/7. I know nothing about the fight. So that's Guilty Gear super bosses. What if I told you about another super boss? Who here has played Soul Calibur 3? Anyone here play Soul Calibur 3? If you have, you may have fought Night Terror. I remember when I streamed Soul Calibur 3, I remember this guy being a complete jerk. This guy was a bastard. He was awful. He's just like, I'm just gonna do this thing you can do nothing about. And it's like, awesome! Thanks, my dude, my guy, I'm gonna do 3/4 of your life in one hit. He's awful. He's a terrible boss. He is the epitome of cheat. I don't know if any of the other Soul Caliburs had super bosses. I just remember, Night Terror. In terms of other fighting games, I don't remember super bosses from other fighting games. Technically, there's the General. Anyone remember the General from, was it Kaiser Knuckle? I saw Justin Wong, fight the guy. That guy's the real, cheater of fighting game bosses. He's bad. He's awful. I never fought him because I never played the game, and I'm pretty sure I would get very angry at him. Any other super bosses? What other games? Platformers don't usually have super bosses. Rappy Rippy did. Rappy Rippy had like 3 super bosses. They were hard. They were really hard super bosses. One of them I never beat. I'm just like, you know what? I no longer care. I already beat the other 2 super bosses. I don't need I don't need to prove myself. Will I go back to fight the Super Boss? I don't know. I have no idea. But yeah, I don't think many platformers have quote-unquote Super Boss fights. My brain is not telling me of many other Super Bosses. Mother 3 had one Super Boss, but like, it was a very gimmicky fight. Like, it was nothing. I'm not gonna spoil it, because eventually I will do Mother 3. But, anyone who knows, knows. Like, you can't really win the fight normally. You have to do the gimmick, and then it's like, okay, that's the gimmick. You know what? Speaking of Super Bosses, I brought up Helix the other time. But I did not bring up Super Mario RPG Remake. So, the Super Bosses, you have to beat the game, and then you get access to all the Super Boss fights, right? So, you get Bellum. Bellum, it's probably the easiest one of the easiest ones. He will clone party members, and depending on which spot they're in, he will get physical immunity and magic immunity until you kill the clones. Not very hard to fight. He will use sleep a lot, and he does hurt. But overall, the fight itself was easy. Then you have Punchinello, where the gimmick is you have to hit the bombs with perfect timing and turn them around. And you have to have perfect timing on blocking and not die, because they will one-shot you if they hit you. I think that's a good fight for teaching perfect timing if you're not used to it. Now, if you're bad at perfect timing, then the fight becomes very hard. I remember Benny had trouble with the fight. I think Callie had trouble with the fight too. I don't remember. Callie probably had the most trouble out of the three I watched. I think it might have been Callie, Kiara, and then Bijou. I think Bijou did the best of the fight. I don't remember. But anyways, without perfect timing, you're gonna die. Actually, the easiest fight would be Jinx. Because the whole thing is perfect timing, so you build up your special meter, and then you use your special meter to win. As long as you block the one attack that actually does damage, and as long as you have instant death immunity, the fight was a joke. I do believe Callie accidentally had instant death immunity on everyone. It might have been her or Penny, and the fight was a joke. Then you have Helix, who's the very last one. We talked about Helix already. We had Jonathan Jones, who is the only fight that I game overed on. Period. Because you have to fight with just Mario. And he hits so freaking hard. If you do not block properly, you're gonna die. It's not an easy fight. Who else was there? Booster. Booster's a bad fight. If you let the snippets get away with boosting him too much, he will just 9999 the party all the time, and there's nothing you can do about it. And the snippets do a lot of damage too. They do like an absurd amount of damage. You know what? We're gonna go back here. I don't really need this window open anymore. But yeah, you have to hit Booster when he starts to do his thing and make him stop doing the thing. The way to deal with the fight is silence the snippets, then they're a lot easier to deal with. And the last one is the cake. The cake actually isn't too bad. I thought you had to take out all the candles and then him without the candles to beat him. That's not what you have to do. You just have to make sure he never gets all the candles. Ever. I don't know what happens if he does. I never let the fight go that long. No way I watched let the fight get that long. He does hurt. It does hurt. But overall, it's not a hard fight. It's not a hard fight at all. So, that's Super Mario RPG. Give me a second. Let me look over here at my game collection. That's right over here. Can I... Wow, it can track me from this far away. I'm actually surprised. Well, it can kind of track me from far away. That is really far tracking from my Android. Anyways, let me look up here. What games do I have over here that I can see? Anything I can remember for Super Boss fight? Ah! Here we go. How about we talk about Neo Geo Battle Coliseum? So, the final boss changes depending on how you do the final boss. So you can kind of consider some of the bosses super bosses. Now, I saw Justin Wong fight Goodman. I think it was Goodman. Who was extremely stupid. Me? I got, King Leo. Or King Lion. It was one of the worst bosses I have ever fought. Anyone who saw my Neo Geo Battle Coliseum stream will tell you just how bad that fight is. Do you remember, Hate? Do you remember that fight with King Lion or King Leo? It's so bad. It's awful. King Leo is so bad. And the worst part is, I didn't even fight who beyond him. There's two more that are worse than King Leo. What else do I have? I have... Guitar Hero doesn't have super bosses. There's a lot of Hales games. What are these games? Oh, they're Switch. They're just really hard to read. I don't think Hyrule Warriors really have the super boss. None of the Hyrule Warriors games have super bosses. I don't think Sonic games have the super bosses. I don't recall Tatsunoko vs. Capcom having a super boss. Looking. Oh yeah, I got Tales of Symphonia Remastered. And I never even played it. I never even opened it. Dead or Alive 2. I don't know if that has one. Fatal Fury, I think Fatal Fury does have a super boss, but heck if I'm ever gonna touch that ever again. All things considered. That's all the PS2, PS4, Wii, and Switch games that I can see off the top of my head. Anything else? Anyone remember any super bosses that they fought? Because I don't remember too many super bosses. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. Let's see. Super bosses in games. I never played any of the, what are they called? Persona or, Shin Megami Tensei games. Ah, what are you doing over there? Don't go over there. Hey, Tropes, tell me what super bosses there are. Give me just a second. Action adventure games. Let's take a look. Bloodstain has some optional bosses. That's interesting. I need to play Bloodstain. I have Bloodstain, but I haven't touched it yet. I don't know how long Bloodstain, I don't know how long Bloodstain is. Oh yeah, there was a super boss in Portrait of Ruin, technically, which was Richter. Do you remember that, guys? From a Portrait of Ruin, you have to fight with just Jonathan. That fight was rough. That fight was awful. I hated that fight. I remember seeing some of the Hollow Knight super bosses from when Finny did it. I don't know if I did this in the GBA version. I think there's something in the GBA version of Link to the Past that I never did. There's a super boss in the Link Between World? Wow. Let me see. Let's look at action games. Yeah, I got some Metroid. Oh yeah, I remember seeing this. Technically, Asura's Wrath has 2 optional bosses. But I don't know anything about Asura's Wrath. I never played it. I don't even know what Asura's Wrath is for. Anything else? Give me a second. Anything else? Card games. Card games. Fighting games. Did I fight Nightmare Geese? I don't know if I fought Nightmare Geese in a Real Bout Special. Oh, KOF 2002 had super bosses. And there's a super boss in Maximum Impact Regulation A. Interesting. Mortal Kombat. I never fought any of the Mortal Kombat guys. Oh yeah, you want to talk about an interesting super boss? How about Punch Out? Does anyone remember? You might as well consider Mr. Dream a super boss. That is that is definitely awful. Because you get hit once, you die. Samurai Shodown 2 had a special boss. Okay. Let me see. Smash? Do we count Smash? I don't know if we count Smash. Because, like, Smash bosses aren't really super bosses. And apparently, Darkstalkers had Abyssamon. That was a super boss. Okay, FPS games. Let's take a look. I'm gonna be a little bit more quiet here because some of these games I am not super remembering or, you know, never play. MMORPGs. We don't talk about MMORPGs. Go away, MMOs. We don't talk about MMOs. Blah. Platformers. Yeah, Kirby games have true arenas. I guess those count. Have I done any of the true arenas? I don't think I have. La Mulana, I remember seeing Raocow do that. Some of the Mega Man games had it. I don't remember if I did some of the super bosses of the Mega Man games. I don't remember at all. I did fight Phantom in 03. And I did fight Omega Zero, I believe. I think. Puzzle games. I don't really play puzzle games very much, so... Nope. Racing games. Racing games? Has super bosses, technically? Nope. RTS games. Okay, rhythm games. I don't know why there's super bosses in rhythm games. Oh. I guess you could consider Group of Fire and Flames. Yeah. That song could be a, super boss in its own right. Enter the Gungeon. I remember that game. I played that a long time ago, actually. I guess Ho-Ho games have super bosses, right? Right? I have beaten some of those. They are difficult. Some of them, I don't even know how you're supposed to do. Who have I beaten? I've beaten Flandre. I've beaten Sawako. I don't think I've beaten Mako. Yukari, I almost beat. I did beat Ran. Did I beat Mamiso? I don't remember. I did not fight any of the other superbosses. I know that. Simulation, sports, stealth, survival horror, or person, herb-based. Fire Emblem. There's Disgaea, which I've never played. So that's it for superbosses. Honestly, I can't think of any other superbosses in other games. Huh. Wow, we're only an hour in. I do have my own superbosses that I'm going to be putting into my game. I'm going to try and not make them, stupid. I am still going to try and make them challenging, but I'm not going to try and make them, you know, overly dumb. You know, unlike the previous game of mine, I will be doing that, eventually, PM. The superbosses in my previous game are not good. So, I do believe that is everything. So, what I would like to do is, before I end the stream, would you guys like to help me with some audio testing? Would you guys be willing to help with a little bit of audio testing? I see where I have to put this slider for, this. Warning! I'm gonna be turning my food bar up. I'm gonna see what it's like at full volume, okay? So, warning for earphone users. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Is that too loud? Is this too loud compared to my voice? Let me know if it's too loud. Sorry, I turned the thing off. It's too loud? How about this? I mean, I did give warning. Is this too loud? I'm trying to set the settings for my food bar right now. I might need to turn that a little bit lower for that, right? Also, don't, still too loud. How about that? Is that better? See, I need people to help me because I can't hear very well, as I stated. And I don't want to blow my audience's hearing out. Is this better? I'm gonna go back to the other song. There we go. How's that? Is that a lot better for boo bar. Don't mind Windows, that's me, getting my controller for, something else. Is this fine for all of you listening? It looks like about 13 decibels might be... The voice might be loud. So my voice might be loud. Yeah, okay. Let me click back on that, compressor again. Okay, how about now? Is my voice too loud now? Because I saw that my voice was going into the red. Give me a second. I love how it gives me 360p for my own, stream viewing. That's weird. Anyways, better? Okay, so I will keep the, compressor on. I'm gonna be really loud, okay? I am gonna be loud. I'm gonna stop the music. So, I am gonna go loud with my voice. Let's see, if this is fine, okay? I'll go on the count of 5. So, I'll count down for 5, and I will go, ah, or something loud. You tell me if it's too loud with the compressor, okay? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Is that too loud? Or is that fine? Did the compressor work? Stream's gonna be a little bit behind, so I'm gonna be a little bit delayed in hearing anything. While you're doing that, I am gonna go over here and open a game real quick, and we're gonna listen to that. So yeah, it's fine. It didn't blow your ears out. It actually kept it from peaking. If it kept it from peaking, that's great. So, I got a game on. So, I got this on right now. Is that too loud? Okay, give me a second. By peeking, I mean, my voice will get, wobbly and stuff. What I'm going to do is, I'm gonna go over here. So, I'm gonna soak this real quick. Let me find it. So you see this option here, right? This loudness equalization option right here. This is what I have on in my sound settings. I'm gonna turn it off real quick. Now we're gonna see what this sounds like. Oh. It destroys the game if I do that. Okay. Give me a second. Let me, reopen the game. And we will listen to it again. And we will see what it sounds like if I have the loudness equalization off. Do you play this by any chance, Kay? Do you play any Guilty Gear?
Guilty Gear.
Ah! It's blowing my ears out. Okay, so... that blew my ears out. Oh my god, my ears. Okay, so what I might have to do... Yeah, it's loud because of, Okay, so that didn't help. What if I set it like 5%? I'm gonna set the audio at like 5%. Let's find out if that does it for you guys. How's that? Is that better? Or is it too loud still? Let me listen to it let me listen to it myself. Crap, I paused my stream. Give me a second so I can listen to this. Okay, give me just a second. I'm gonna mute the thing over here so I can listen to it in there, so... Give me a second. Okay, give me just a second. I'm gonna mute... One second, if you will. Just give me a second, if you will. Hold on. Hasking 123, Hasking. Turn it up a bit, okay? Give me just a second, let me try at 15%. I'm gonna try 15%. Box, what are you doing here? Get out of here, Box. Silly Box. Uh, 15%'s too high. Let me try 10%. Is 10% too high? What does 10% sound like to you guys? Is 10% too high? %? Okay. How about now? How about 8%? Let me listen to it on my end. Give me a second, I gotta open up my volume mixer again. Alright, give me just a second, I will see how it sounds to me. I mean, it's you guys are the ones that need to hear it, not me, so give me a second. Okay, how's that sound? It sounded good to me, but does my voice, like, cut the audio out at all? Like, it doesn't, like, my voice isn't, like, cutting the audio, right? What if I put a compressor on the desktop audio? How's that sound with a compressor on the desktop audio? I'm trying the compressor on the desktop audio to see how it sounds. Does it sound any different? Okay, what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to do something real quick here. So I'm going to jump in here. It's slightly better. So let me do this. You tell me how it sounds in-game. How's it sound right now? Is it better? Is it too loud? It sounds good. Crap. Crap. Give me a second. I forgot how to do it. Yep. This is where I, use my PFP. Hold on. That didn't work. Oh, it's that. Okay. And it's this. But yeah, so that's all. Just wanted to make sure that things will sound good. So it all sounds good then? It all sounds good to you, Ken? Okay, excellent. So there's that. I want to ask it with that game. Let me ask it with another game and make sure that it's fine there. So I am going to jump over to. Let's jump over to this game. Let's see if it works fine here. We're gonna try this one. Let's see how it sounds. Yes, it is Hollow Cure. How's it sound here? Audio good? I'm making sure audio's good across the board. It seems like the audio might be fine here, right? And then when we get done with this, I am gonna ask something else as well. Good? Okay, give me a second. Let me ask something over here then. This might take a little bit of time, so give me just a little bit. This is a bunch of asking. We're gonna go here. Let's go to here. Yeah, you'll be good. We'll go here. Let's open. We're gonna go here, and we'll see if this works. Give me just a second. I apparently don't have the save file for this anymore. Oh no. Give me just a second. I am checking things. So I can, it'll be fine. So you tell me, is this too loud? We're just gonna go melee. Melee won't be good. Is this too loud? You know, I haven't done this in a long time. I could just guess save for this, but you know. Ah! Is this too loud or is this good? It's good? Excellent. Alright, let's stop that. So it seems like I got the desktop audio good. Which is good. So desktop audio's good. Give me just a second. So we don't need the desktop audio. The next game we're gonna try is the this one over here. Give me just a second. Also give me a second. Ah! I need to go check on the dogs real quick, so give me a second if you would. Okay, so I get the capture stuff set up correctly. So we got the desktop set up, which is good. I'm probably not going to be facing the computer too much over here. Man, I haven't played Smash in a long time. Awesome. So, how does this sound? This is at 50%. No, I'm sorry, this is at 25%. It's a bit loud. Okay, let me get into one of these. I'm gonna pick a song. That's not the song I want. Give me a second. We'll go with that. Is it still a bit too loud? Let's drop it to... Let's try 10%. That's not a 0. How about now? Is that good? I just turned down the, I just turned down the, music. Is it too quiet? Hold on. Is it too quiet now? I wonder if this game's the right game for this. How about now? It's at 15%. This might not be the best game. Ow! Let me try a different game. Again, it might just be this game's too quiet. What game should I try? Well, actually, I think I, archived. Yeah, I archived a lot of these games. Let me check something here. What's Super Mario World? That might be a good one. How about that? Super Mario World's pretty loud. Is that too loud? Or does it need adjusting more? It sounds good? Really? It's weird that my desktop audio has to be 8% if the video capture device is 15. I guess because desktop games are just louder. But you said that Smash was too quiet? I missed the exit somewhere. How dare I miss the exit? I wonder why Smash was so quiet. Huh. I guess if I'm not like, honking over the video, I could just keep it at the, normal volume, right? That's probably what I can do. Smash, I need you to get out because I'm not playing Smash right now. I gotta get Metal Gear back in. Metal Gear! Open up. Colonel, I can't get the thing open. I'm too dummy thick. I can collapse on my butt cheeks or I'll learn the guards. Yes. I like me some tacos. What am I talking about? I have no idea. Alright, so that should be good for the audio then. I don't need this open right now. And we are gonna go back here. We are back. My neck is broken. Why is my neck broken? There we go. Alright. Turn the TV back off. There we go. So, that's the audio. I may have other people listen to this, after I'm done streaming, which I won't be here very shortly, because I do a couple things, but, which means I'm gonna miss bonus stream, unfortunately. I hate that, but it is what it is. You gotta do stuff, you know. Real life takes priority. Yep, it is currently, it is 13 Hill. It is currently 5:47 for me. But, you know, it is what it is. Anyways, thank you for helping me with the audio. I couldn't tell if there was any difference myself when I was, listening. But, again, my hearing's awful. Alright, so. Hey, anyone want to open the box before I go? Yes? No? Come on, open the box. Be a pal. I have a box. Next time, whenever I do the long game stream, if that will be next time, don't worry. That'll be in a couple days. It'll be after the next Metal Gear Solid stream. I will be playing a game that I am going to be very angry at, and I'm going to be very, very upset with. Very upset. Because it is a game that we all know, well, maybe not all of us, but those of us who have been around for a long time will know what game I'm talking about. It's a game I made many, many years ago. And we will see that next time. So, I will say, until then, everyone, whenever that may be, we are done talking about superbosses. I didn't really have as much to talk about with that as I wanted to. But I think I talked about enough of that last time. So, until next time, whenever that may be, we will be going to a new world. One that some people may remember, and some wishes they never did. Until then, everyone,